submitting, having. I originally had an opening for this video, but it was really unfunny, so I'm just gonna start the video proper. Let me put the right tape in. There we go. Coffee. Man's favorite addiction. At least for the ones who are willing to admit that it is an addiction. We drink so much of this stuff, we named an entire part of the earth just after it. And because of coffee's addictive property, you don't need to be convinced to buy it, you'll buy it anyways. Which then leads to the question, well, if I'm gonna buy coffee anyways, why are there still advertisements for it? And there's a simple answer for that. Money, it's money, money. I love corporation. Sorry, let me restate my position. The reason they still play ads is to gain market share in a certain environment. These can be as small as 2 convenience stores fighting over a single part of a street, to as large as corporations fighting for an entire part of an economy. Fighting's kind of like something. You know, when a bunch of people fight, what's that called? Oh, war. One of the worst things ever. The worst things humans can do to each other. Done on a mass scale, it's just terrible. And nobody would ever wish for more war. Unless you're somebody. In accordance to Canadian law, I must state that last slide was a joke. Oh, Canadians, that's right. I wonder how the Canadian coffee economy looks like. Oh, geez, that's a lot of Tim Hortons. That's a lot of Tim Hortons. That's a lot of Tim Hortons. How the hell did we get here? Hold on, 2 minutes. Let me research this.
Read, nigga! Read!
After 20 seconds of research, I can tell you how Tim Hortons won the coffee wars. But we have to go back to the start. Alright, okay guys, okay. Here's the time machine. We're gonna go back to the 2008 guys. Alright. Did I go to 2008 yet? It's 2008. The iPhone just dropped. And if you guys thought the home button was impressive, we can use this device to melt billions of children's brains. People are lining up for jobs, and things aren't doing too well for America. And just like America, America Light is struggling. And coffee companies know this. During times of economic recession, coffee wars tend to flare up, thanks to the fact that all the small businesses have to close so the big ones can come in and give you actual coffee. And during the 2008 economic recession, Starbucks and McDonald's took their chance and began starting an aggressive campaign of advertising and store openings to beat out Tim Hortons. However, this was Starbucks and McDonald's first mistake, because Canada's economy hadn't fallen on itself. It had only been damaged by trade relations with America. It was still doing fine itself, and it was the last country to even enter a downturn because of the recession. That's not to say there weren't problems. Oh, there were problems, but just not as bad as in America. Despite the disadvantage both McDonald's and Starbucks faced, they trudged forward and began establishing a foothold, especially in major city areas. And things were doing fine. Sales were going well, people were buying coffee. Maybe it's not as much, but this is just a starting. Things are surely going to get better. It was probably what the executives told the CEO until they realized. They just quietly went up to his ear and told him, "The Canadians can't afford coffee." Yup, that's right. The average Canadian makes 25% less than their American counterpart, so Starbucks' high prices will only stand to make them lose more money. In fact, some Starbucks in Canada charge upwards of 40% more for their coffee, for something Canadians can't even afford. A high sale price as well as income tax turned off a lot of Canadians and instead sent them right back to Tim Hortons. This is another reason why they lost, so let me just stick it to the board. Would you look at that? It's time for our sponsored ad segment. Hey kids, regular coffee too boring for you? We'll try some new radical coffee. What's radical coffee, you say? We put crack cocaine in your coffee and make it 10 times better. Whoa, I guess the Canadians would like that coffee, speaking it's got drugs in it. But anyways, let's say you're a Starbucks enjoyer in Canada and you continue to trudge forward. You continue to get your coffee from Starbucks even though it costs more and it tastes shit, and you enjoy it. Until everyone laughs at you. Okay, hey guys, I got the coffee for everyone. Oh, thanks, you can just... Why is it green? The coffee? No, it's brown. No, it's Starbucks coffee. Yo, who the fuck invited this guy? The Canadians saw Starbucks coffee the same way the Soviets saw McDonald's. American and disgusting because of it. Due to Canada's large culture around not being American. Other people just thought you're a weak pussy bitch if you get it, because you just be getting your regular coffee at Tim Hortons. Don't be getting 13 pumps of sugar bullshit from Starbucks. Look at the beta male, ordering from Starbucks like a cuck. The yogurt male grooms children online and then goes to Tim Hortons for a nice double-double. Whatever the Canadians thought, they just held Starbucks in a lower regard to their Lord and Savior, Tim Hortons. And this is honestly one of the biggest reasons why I think Starbucks lost the coffee war. Tim Hortons' culture just had too much of a grip on Canadians, and they weren't willing to let go. And with that last reason on the wall, I really do think these are the reasons why Starbucks lost the coffee war. And if you guys like this VHS tape, don't forget to like and subscribe so when I make a new one, you can get yourself a copy of it.